Good evening, everyone. My name is Lafayette, and this is my channel where we make it make sense. I just wanted to check in with everybody real quick and, just share a little bit of information, and maybe someone out there listening will gain some insight from this information and can apply it to make their reality a little bit brighter. Ooh, excuse me. Pardon self, y'all. I'm drinking some very, very good tea on this cold day, and that's what that was. But yeah, anyway, so I wrote something. I wrote a few things. I've been writing some things over time about what topics would I like to discuss with the community about some of the insights and downloads that I received from the divine, right? Um so I wrote this right here called Modern Day Apostles, Light Workers, and Prophets. Now, I believe that people have a misunderstanding about what a prophet is. There has been religious text and things about, said prophets that have came to humanity over time. So I wrote down what I understand a description of a prophet is, and I'm going to share that with you right quick before I continue on. So, what is a prophet? What is a prophet? A prophet is a messenger of Mother Father God sent to earth to raise the awareness of humanity, to share the possibilities of man. The human experience was not created to be up under the dictation of low vibrational, negative oriented beings that feed off of despair, chaos, and confusion. Prophets have access to higher levels of conscious awareness from the spiritual realms while incarnated here on 3D Earth. Their mission is to remind humanity that Mother Father God is not outside of them, but within. Be still and know I am God. They teach the masses that heaven is not some distant location outside of oneself. Heaven is within. And so, yeah, a prophet is just a messenger. That's me. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm not trying to, tug my own chain or anything like that, but all a prophet is a messenger of Mother Father God sent to resurrect the dead, so to speak, or to awaken the sleeping children of Mother Father God from their slumber, which is by revealing information that they may not have access to or have had access to prior to said person coming to reveal these different levels of awareness. So on my channel, I share insights and downloads and things that I'm given from my spiritual advisors, my guides, guardians, to share with my fellow brothers and sisters of humanity. You know what I'm saying? Because it was one point in time where I didn't have a very good awareness of spiritual things. And this has been a real journey for me. This has been a real journey for me. I've been on this journey now. I've been on this spiritual journey for maybe, probably 20 years now. Now, I haven't been as active a participant in this journey for the last 20 years, but I first really started to gain a higher awareness of the ins and outs of this spiritual journey roughly about 20 years ago or something like that. And as time progressed and situations unfolded, which brought me back into the realm of spirituality, I've become more grounded in the pursuit of understanding exactly what it is that was trying to be given to me. Because I left the path multiple times. You know what I'm saying? It's like pretty much like maybe I gave up on it, or the world was alluring to me, and I set this spirituality to the side. Like, man, not right now. You know what I'm saying? Not right now. I'm outside. Yeah, I'm outside. And see, the beautiful thing with Mother, Father, God, and about the divine is, you are entitled to make your free will choices, but they'll make sure that at some point in time you get an awareness that it's more purpose of you being here than just to be outside. No, no. We didn't come here just to be outside. Not saying that, you want to be outside, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? That's cool. I'm not passing no judgment call, but me personally, it got to a point where a lot of things got to happening in my life that always led me back to the pursuit of Mother, Father, God, and the divine. Like, I had to come back home because I was overwhelmed, by the situations and things that was going on in my life, from me trying to take control of my reality without incorporating the assistance and the co-creation of the divine. I've in some of my videos I put up, I've had some encounters to where I was, like, hey, wake up. It's time to wake up. You know what I'm saying? Sleep time is over. It's stuff going on. It's some stuff in the making that's about to start going on, and we gonna need you to be on point. We gonna need you to be on point. Now, it's always my free will choice to either listen to that still small voice that speaks to us all, you know what I'm saying, and line myself up, or to keep ignoring it and do my own thing, at my own detriment. Because that's all it's ultimately gonna be. Because you're gonna get these lessons. They say you're gonna get that work. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I just heard. You're gonna get that work. You wanna keep acting like you don't understand or you don't hear what we talking about. Okay, yeah, but you gonna get that work. You know what I'm saying? So, and I, for one, got that work. Like, I got that work. They gave me that work, and it came to a point where I'm, all right, okay, enough. What do I do? You know what I'm saying? I give it over. Jesus, take the wheel. You know what I'm saying? Like, Jesus, take the wheel. You know what I'm saying? I can't. It's just too much. Okay, I'm ready now. So, I got ready, and I've been steady, and I feel so good as an individual in these days and time. I feel better than I ever have in my life, since I've decided to incorporate Mother, Father, God into my everyday reality. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the most important thing, in this world, is to have a relationship with Mother, Father, God. That's the most important thing ever. Like, what's more important than having a functional relationship with Mother, Father, God that you have an awareness of, though, that you know. Like, this is not just, I think I might be, I might have a relationship with God. I might not. I don't really know. No, to actually know and see and feel and just, like, just be a part of that whole family structure and know that you're a part of it. And not to, my bad, not to get too sidetracked from my message, but yeah, it's a beautiful thing to know that you are loved, that you are protected, and you're not doing this thing called life by yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, they got your back. If you got your back, you know what I'm saying? Like, you have to set the stage of how you want to move through this life. But if you choose to co-create with Mother, Father, God, they got you. No, they got you. And I've said this before. I've had a very, very rough first half of my life. Like I said, I was in the streets. I've been in jail. I've been in shootouts. I've been in car crashes. I've been, I'm one of the people from my generation where they were making statistics about and made statistics about people like me saying that I wouldn't make it to live to be a certain age, or that if I did make it to live to be a certain age, I would be in jail for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was a reality for me. They said people like me had two options. I would either be dead or in jail for the rest of my life. By a certain time, because of the environment, the activities, and the lack of self-love and awareness that I had that would remove me from these potential realities that was stated for me to ultimately end up residing in. But Mother, Father, God had a different plan for me. Even when I didn't know myself. And the crazy thing about it was, I accepted that. I accepted that as a reality for me, and I was ready to either be dead or in jail for the rest of my life, because, I'm like, okay, well, I'm in this lifestyle, this what it is, and whatever comes with it is what comes with it, and that's where I was at, because I didn't know no better. I was a product of my environment, and that's just what it was. But once again, and I always smile because surprised me. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't even loving myself, and Mother, Father, God made sure that some love shined down on me to give me an awareness that I was worthy of love, acceptance, and divine guardianship. I didn't have to do this whole dark world thing with me feeling like it was me against the world, and just move through life like that. No, they gave me light when I was in a dark space. They showed me, a way out, a way to the door, how to escape that reality. And then they took me to school. And it's like, who better to pass along these truths than me? And anybody that knows me knows me. Like I said, I used to be outside. You know what I'm saying? That's where I was at. That's what I was on. That's what I was into. And you could have never convinced me that that wouldn't always be my reality. But not to keep on dragging. We're gonna talk about modern day prophets, apostles, and light workers. So even that right there, I never would have thought that I would be chosen to share Mother, Father, God's healing, love messages to the masses, to society, to the world, to my community. You know what I'm saying? I never saw myself as a speaker for the divine. Never. Me? No, not me. I never. But then that's the beautiful thing. Like, even, in those religious texts you read about, you'll see that God, the creator, always comes for the thugs. You know what I'm saying? Like, always comes for the ones that's, at the bottom. Always. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of stories and religious texts that share that particular fact with you. They always come for the lost. The ones who out here that's the most lost and the most hopeless. You know what I'm saying? And they come and they light a fire in them. Like, I have a fire lit inside of me where it makes my day now. I don't want to talk about nothing but the divine, but the creator. You know what I'm saying? And how blessed I have been to gain an awareness of the relationship that I have, that we all have with Mother, Father, God. But the thing is, we have to come to that realization. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be forced on us because, as I stated earlier, we're allowed to have whatever kind of experience we want in this lifetime. Because the beautiful thing is we are eternal spirits. So we have all the time. We got all the time. Time, there really is no time. When you're dealing with eternity, if you have something that never starts and never ends, then there is no clock in there nowhere. There's not a clock in there. It just is. You know what I'm saying? And so, but just for the sake of reference, you got all the time in the world. Even if you don't do some things this round, you got time. You will be able to do it again, try it again, do it again until you figure it out, and on to the next step. And so that's all it is. Like, when people hear prophets, they think it gotta be something so profound and just, I don't know, huge and made no. You probably have run across a few prophets in your lifetime, and probably somebody comes to mind while I'm saying what I'm saying right now, because a prophet is gonna always try to teach you to love yourself, love the community, love the society. Don't hate, don't hurt, don't disrupt. Try to be the best version of yourself. And it's gonna try to give you an awareness of cause and effect, pros and cons. Like, if you out here moving like this, you're gonna create, this type of energy that's gonna come back like that. That's karma. You know what I'm saying? What you put out is what you bring back. You know what I'm saying? Do on the others as you have done on yourself, so on and so forth. That's it. That's all the prophet is to give you the universal laws, to share with you the universal laws that we all are under. You know what I'm saying? And some of us, like I said, we forgot. We've been miseducated to not really have an awareness of the real laws governing this universe, which is universal laws. Man laws are man laws. They're just man laws. You know what I'm saying? That's the laws for society here, but we're bigger than the society. We come and go. Like, this round is just a round. You know what I'm saying? And these laws are just the laws for this particular time. But there's laws that govern these laws. And so, when you catch somebody, because a lot of people like to make fun of people too. That, like, when I first came home from the feds, I did a fed bit. That was the last time I was locked up. And it will be 15 years this August that I've been home from the federal penitentiary. And when I first came home, I was on fire. You know what I'm saying? I was lit with the spirit of God. I had it in me to, while I was in there. You know, I got on my dean. I studied, cleansed myself. I'm telling you, I was lit up. You know what I'm saying? And I had like a holy fire, a holy zeal that I couldn't wait to come home and share with my friends and family and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Thinking that, okay, you know, and that's really why I was putting the extra energy and effort and all of that into everything, because I wanted to wake up, you know, my circle and see them gain the same level of awareness, or the same awareness that I had received, and understand that no, life isn't what we mistook it to be. You know what I'm saying? It's actually a whole lot more. But people got a way of dim in a bright light in dark places. You know what I'm saying? But it depends on the light too. And I wasn't that strong at that particular time in my life. You know, I was kind of easily disrupted, and you know, cause when I came home and I'm talking to my homies, they still in the streets doing their thing. I'm talking to my family, and they, oh man, don't come out here with that jail talk. Man, don't come out here with that. You Malcolm Farrakhan and all of this. You know what I'm saying? All because I've gained a level of awareness about how things actually work. And like I said, darkness, when you in the dark, you don't understand that light, and you don't want that light. And if you don't really have time, like if you are consumed by low vibrational energies all the time, like you in the world, you drinking, you smoking, you hustling, you robbing, you know what I'm saying, like you on the low end of the spectrum, you doing all the negatives and loving it, like this is your reality, you loving this darkness. You know what I'm saying? So when I come out, I wasn't really thinking of it like that. And when I come out, you know, it really was like, man, how dare you come and try to shine that light on me, and you see me in my darkness. And see, that's what I didn't get at first, because prior to, you know, me going in and getting this awareness myself, I was loving the dark side too. You know what I'm saying? And I used to shoot down people that would come to me and try to talk to me about the Bible and all of that stuff like that. Jehovah's Witnesses coming to the house and knocking on the door and try, no. Like, man, how dare you? Like, no, I'm fine. You know what I'm saying? I'm on the dark side, and I'm okay with it. And see, I didn't understand that this wasn't something that you can really force. You can't force this on nobody. You know what I'm saying? But I was so lit up, I didn't look at it as me trying to force some light into their shadows. Because, you know, when you bear a light, and if you present it to somebody, that means that one or two things. Either they're going to recognize it, and if they decide to recognize it, that means that now they're going to have to accept responsibility for the parts that they've been playing and have to start making changes, or they're going to ignore it and run you away from them, or run away from you, because they're not ready to, you know, change, to make that change yet. And this is something that it took me a while to come to this awareness of that, about how this thing works. And then if you look back on everything, the same thing with Brother Jesus when he came. You know what I'm saying? He came trying to shed light on a world full of darkness, and the world didn't want it. You know what I'm saying? He had a following that was like, hey, you know, what is that, a light? I like that light. I want to be a part of that light. I want to be inside of that light. And they were drawn to him. But then you had The others that was, how dare you come into our house shining a light that nobody asked you to turn on? And yeah, nobody asked you to turn the light on. If we want the light, we will go and seek out the light. Obviously, we're okay moving around in the darkness, and you have no right to come and shine some light on me so that I have to take a look at myself and start being accountable, for being in this sunken place. I'm not ready to leave. I like the darkness. It's all I know. And as far as I'm concerned, it's all I need. So you take your light, and for the most part, it's been a common theme. Is people that come and shine the lights, they don't never stay around too long. They get taken away because for a period of time, that's what this world was. It wasn't for the light. I don't know what people think about this world that we resided in, but this world that we resided in is very dark, very negative, very violent, very destructive, disruptive, hateful, and every kind of negative, dark type of energy that you can have. That's what planet Earth has been for thousands and thousands of years. And we've all come to be accustomed to this darkness and accept it as a normal reality. But it's a beautiful thing that those days and times are over. And now, this time, the light cannot be snuffed out. There's no more snuffing the light out. There's no more removing one person, two people, or a small group of people that's trying to help illuminate the world. Because now, the light is shining everywhere. Everybody is getting it. It's hitting everybody. And everybody is coming out and talking about it. Now, you can't stop everybody. And that's the beautiful thing about these times. This time, the light will not be extinguished. And these people that come and they're out here and you see them messaging, talking about, reconnecting and getting back with God and to not hate people and to love your brother and sister and all of those things, all of those positive things like that, those are your prophets. Those are your prophets. Because no low vibrational being is going to be publicly telling society to be positive. And we're in a very particular time right now. Like, we're in a very particular time in the I try to stay away from referencing to religious constructs a whole lot because I'm not a religious person. Anything and everything that I share for the most part, comes from the dome or from experiences I've had in life. Now, I've done some research and study, and I have looked into a few different houses of learning, but that's not my structure. Like, I'm not religious. I'm spiritual. You know what I'm saying? And my guides and my guardians and my higher self, in one fashion or another, make sure that I receive certain awarenesses of things so that I can be better equipped to move forward during these trying times. I get downloads. You know what I'm saying? A download is a message that's received like inside of myself. Like I'm not getting information from somebody and then coming back and bringing it here and sharing somebody else's understanding of something. No, this is my awareness at this point based off of what I've been given to know and understand. And so, what I do in turn with the information that I'm given and made aware of is I turn around and try to give it back to the community for whoever is open to receive, because that's the whole purpose of the information being shared with me, is to share it with those who don't yet have access to said information and understandings about what's really going on. Now, these times that we're in right now, and I use it as a reference point because a lot of people is familiar with the Bible. So I'll use the Bible as a reference because, a lot of people are familiar with it. So, as a reference, this particular time is known as like in the book of Revelations, when they talk about the end of a time, the end of a period, and how that all will play out. Well, we're actually in that time, and we've been in that time for a while now. And there's going to be some disclosure. More. I ain't gonna say there's gonna be some, because there's been plenty of disclosure over these past years, but there's going to be more, and there's going to be revelations. A revelation is just to come to an awareness of something being revealed, and now you have a understanding of something that you didn't have an awareness of before. And so, saying all that to say, I just feel is very important. I know I'm just maybe another person that you may see across, these news feeds that's speaking on something for whatever reason. I promise you, the only reason that I take my time out of my individual day to come and put out any information is because I feel that if I could even assist one soul, with deciding to look into what it is that I'm speaking about and gain a better understanding and awareness of what's going on, which in turn would help them in changing up their energy signature and becoming a better version of themselves, I'm happy. That's great. I've done my job. Each one teach one. See, I didn't have a teacher. I didn't have someone, a mentor to come and tap me or pull me aside and be like, hey man, look, you know what I'm saying? This, and this, or that and that. No, I didn't have that. I had to get all this through trial and error. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm trying to help some people not have to go through so much trial and error, because you can come and hear it from the horse's mouth, so to speak, that there is a shifting of realities going on right now. And I talk about vibrations and energies and things like that because that's what everything boils down to. And based off of where your energy signature is at, whether you're caught in a negative vibration or positive vibration, that's going to dictate, your placement. with what's going on in these days and times. That's gonna pretty much place you in the next stage of your of your life. And this stuff is moving really fast. And right now is the quiet before the storm, so to speak. Like, you have an opportunity to choose, because everything, once again, is free choice. And we're still in that choosing stage where you still have an opportunity right now to choose which side of the spectrum you want to get caught vibrating in. Because once it happens, then you just gonna be where you at. And that's where you're gonna be for this round. And every soul has its journey. It's not for me to say, hey, jump on this bandwagon one way or the other, because ultimately we all have a higher self. And our higher self knows what type of experiences and lessons and things along those lines that it wants to bring into its awareness, for it to have moving forward down the line. And so, everybody's where they at. It's just me. This is kind of the testing part about this whole thing, is knowing that everybody is not going to wake up. Everybody is not going to hear you. No matter how much you yell and scream and beat and shake. Hey, 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 listen, man, listen, wake up. It's not going to happen. You know what I'm saying? And you have to be okay. Like, I have to be okay with family, friends, whoever deciding they don't want to wake up. And I have to stop pushing. You know what I'm saying? And just give them as much love and light that I can, and keep it moving. Because every soul's journey is a personal ride. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's journey is personal. Salvation is personal. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a personal thing that nobody can do for you. You know what I'm saying? This is something that you have to bring out from within. It's something you have to want for yourself. And so, the whole apostles and prophets, I just don't want y'all to think like, oh, you have to be some type of real big name or big wig to be considered. No. You know what I'm saying? You can walk past a prophet on a regular, normal day in the street. You can sit on a bus and be sitting next to a prophet. You can be riding in your car and sitting at the light, and there's a prophet in the car next to you, and you may not be aware of, because prophets are regular people that just have learned how to tap into the divine, and now they've opened a channel to where they can receive information from spirit, and they can share said information with society. That's it. It's just, a prophet is just a messenger God sent to the earth to try to awaken as many people that's still in the world slumbering. Like Moses. I mean, I love saying Moses. For some reason, Moses was too, but Noah was a prophet. Noah was a regular guy. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't no high position in no church, no rich, abundant person, no somebody that everybody in the community or society. No, he was a regular Joe. You know what I'm saying? Doing his little part in his little section, trying to take care of him and his family. He was what probably would be considered to be very low, on the totem pole at that time. But once again, he was the one the Mother, Father, God chose to come and reveal This give them this awareness about what was to come, because it doesn't matter about materialism. It matters about the heart, the purity of the heart. That's what's golden to the divine, is the purity of the heart. And so he was chosen because of that purity of the heart to receive a revelation, which was a vision. Some information was revealed to him of a future event that was to come for those that were not living according to divine law. And what Moses did was he had a heart, a pure heart, and he went to the community of people, that were living a particular kind of way, and he shared this information with them. He told them, hey, something's coming, and y'all should prepare for it. But as always, they laughed at him. They laughed. Oh, you crazy. Oh, something coming, huh? Oh, God talked to you. We out in the middle of the desert. It's about to be a flood. Man, you done lost your nugget. Get out my face if I do something to you. That's what they told him. I'm like, okay. Just like, and it's what's funny is with all these stories, it's always the same. It's always the same. Like, even in these days and times, like I said about me going out and telling people, hey, I got a download, man, and we need to stop doing this or being like that or whatever, and it's the same thing, man. If you don't get out my face, like, ain't nobody trying to hear that. Like, it's always the same. Nothing changes. Excuse me. And this is going to be a story told in future generations about our timeline. The same way that they have the stories about back when, when that was happening. At some point in the distant future, there'll be stories about this particular time right now with us living in it. And we're going to be the characters that's spoken about. The people that did or didn't do for the event that was to come. Future generations are going to talk about this generation, because this is the generation where this event is about to take place. So, like, if for nothing else, we all have family, we all have friends, we all have kids. And I love Mother, Father, God. Like, I love God. I believe that everybody, for the most part, has a great love for Mother, Father, God. They just don't really know how to express it correctly. And so that's what we here for. Not to, put no big hat on my head or nothing like that, but I mean, I may have some information that I can share with people to help you start moving more positively along your path. You know what I'm saying? Because I've had to walk this walk, so I've learned some things, I understand some things, and I kind of know how to get the ball rolling in that direction. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say, like, that's what I'm here for, because I have some experience of trial and error, and I can share that. And I would love to share that. I have no problem with sharing. You know what I'm saying? I feel that is my duty. As a brother, as a father, as an uncle, as a cousin, and all of the above. All, like, I am a brother of humanity. And I care about humanity, and I would love to see more of us get on this bus. So don't be so quick to shut somebody down that your initial thought might be, oh, this person is crazy or they don't know what they're talking about. No, they know exactly what they're talking about. The hardest thing that I had to come to an awareness of was to come to the realization that I was the one that was asleep, creating my own nightmares because I was asleep. And I didn't realize I was asleep until I woke up. So with that, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. I love y'all. Like I said, it's a lot going on. You need, if never ever before, up until this moment, now is the time to, reset them connections with Mother, Father, God, and, come back home, cause, excuse me, come back home, cause it's a time ahead of us that's coming, and yeah, that's the best place that you want to find yourself when certain events start taking place is in the light and the love of Mother, Father, God. So I love y'all. I appreciate y'all sitting here, and if you stayed this long, peace and love to you. And yeah, just it's time to wake up.